disappointment, and doubt. Just some of the emotions hovering over Aurora's search for police chief.
Aurora's been through a lot, and Aurora deserves a lot.
The two finalists under the microscope tonight, as lack of diversity causes concerns over the hiring process.
We have to have the best of the best apply. We won't settle for less.
Plus, Xcel Energy's plan for rising gas prices is leaving customers to pick up the tab.
They may not realize that this bill is ticking and it's getting higher and higher.
Good evening and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm CB Cotton. Aurora City leaders are meeting tonight to discuss the selection of a new police chief. Two finalists met with members of the community amid their final interviews last week, but there is controversy over their selection since both are white men and there are calls for the police force to better reflect Aurora's diverse population. Denver 7's Rob Harris has been tracking this selection process and the debate around it. Rob, what do we know right now?
Well, CB, not too much, and that's leading to a lot of frustration and uncertainty about this whole process. We do know that, like you mentioned, city leaders had a closed-door meeting tonight to discuss this selection process of the two, between the two finalists, rather, or perhaps changes to the selection process altogether. But we don't know when we're going to get an announcement on any decisions that were made. Now, members of the Aurora Police Oversight Committee are pushing for the city to essentially just start the process over again and give them a seat at the table in choosing and vetting candidates. The current two finalists were chosen after an outside firm from California conducted a nationwide search. The task force feels the community's been shut out of the process, something they say will lead to a flawed decision and less trust in the police force.
We ask real questions. We can walk up to somebody and ask them how they feel about a certain thing. We want to get to the real soul of these people and get a candidate that will help our city grow. Our city is beautiful, and we deserve the best.
The Aurora City Charter gives the city manager the duty to hire the next police chief, but he needs a majority vote of approval from city council. And again, it's unclear when we'll learn any updates from that closed-door meeting tonight. One thing we do know is the two current finalists met with the mayor and city council members for interviews last week. CB.
Rob, thanks for all your work on this. And going deeper tonight, Aurora isn't the only police department in Colorado looking for a new police chief. Loveland, Lakewood, Commerce City, Eagle, and Grand Junction are also looking for a new leader. In Lakewood, the department estimates their new chief of police will earn anywhere from $180,000 to $215,000 a year. Last week, Loveland announced 4 finalists for police chief. Those candidates will meet with the public next week, and the city hopes to announce its finalist later this fall. And 2 boys suspected of trespassing are now dead in North Glen. Police say they found the 2 near 116th and Pearl yesterday afternoon. Police say the juveniles broke a fence to enter the backyard, and that's when officers say the homeowner approached them and shots were fired. Police also believe the victims are linked to a nearby burglary. And Aurora police are investigating 2 shootings that ended with 2 suspects dead over the weekend. On Sunday, police confronted a man with a knife on an RTD bus. Police say he robbed a convenience store using a knife and then ran onto the bus. No one else was hurt. And on Saturday morning, Aurora police shot and killed a man near the airport after they say he robbed a 7-Eleven and led officers on a chase. One officer was hurt but is now recovering at home. And Denver police need your help finding a pickup truck and its driver who left the kid seriously hurt and injured after leaving the scene last month in Ruby Hill. It happened during the afternoon of September 22nd. Police say a man driving a 90s model green GMC Sierra hit a kid and left. This picture is similar to the one police are looking for. Anyone with information should contact Metro Denver Crime Stoppers. And tonight, new information raising alarming questions about the quality of care provided by a Colorado doctor. 2 years ago, a series of reports by Denver 7 Investigates led the state to shut down Clearview Behavioral Health in Johnstown. Now, emails have surfaced from one of the facility's lead psychiatrists. They are emails attorneys don't want you to see. Chief Investigator Tony Kovaleski asking more tough questions tonight.
It's the report his attorneys probably don't want you to see. Denver 7 Investigates has uncovered critical emails telling emails from a psychiatrist connected with a mental health hospital here in the state. We asked the question, is this what people expect when they go to a mental health hospital? Why do you think he wrote this email?
Because his conscience is screaming at him.
My reaction was, wow, this is some pretty powerful evidence. I called it a smoking gun.
Your reaction to this? Your husband lost his life in that facility.
Why didn't he lose his license?
I think that it was your reporting that started all this into play.
We reached out to the doctor connected to those emails. He declined through his attorneys our request for an interview to explain what we found. We invite you to join us tonight at 10 as we take you inside this report, and you'll hear how the doctor's attorneys are now responding. I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski.
Tony, thank you. Many areas of Florida's southwestern coast are unrecognizable just days after Hurricane Ian slammed into the state. Thousands of people have been rescued, but many more still need help. As flooding continues on major roadways, there are also cell service outages. And now, at least 105 people are confirmed dead in Florida. And more than 50 of those deaths are in Lee County alone, where some are now questioning whether evacuation orders were given too late. Officials there defending their decisions.
I am confident in our county manager, our leaders, our governor, all of us in law enforcement, that we got that message out at the right time. Now, whether people listen to it, we can't force people out of their homes, but we can continuously say, look, mandatory evacuation.
And today, President Biden and the First Lady visited Puerto Rico to see the devastation caused by Ian last month. The president says the territory will get $60 million to prepare for future storms. Biden plans to travel to Florida on Wednesday. And Denver 7 has opened a fund to help families impacted by the storm. We are accepting donations towards Hurricane Ian relief through the Scripps Howard Fund. You can text STORM to 50155 or scan the QR code on your screen. That will take you directly to the webpage to donate on denver7.com. And with the changing weather comes higher energy bills for many of us, especially for Xcel customers whose bills all went up as of October 1st. Xcel says the reason is the rising cost of natural gas, which has hit a 15-year high. Residential customers are expected to see around a $3 increase per month, and small businesses would pay just under $5 more a month. Those new rates are expected to remain in place for 3 months. In addition, that rate hike comes while thousands of Colorado Xcel customers are adjusting to time of use rates. The new plan essentially means a customer's bill is based off when electricity is used. In order to use electricity during those hours that save money, many people have to adjust their lifestyle.
It is a way to help take the strain off of that grid and spread energy use out over an entire day to make it so that those costs can be manageable. I think the hardship is that modification of behavior. And again, some people can't do it, and some people are adjusting quite well.
And we spoke with one Xcel customer who changed her schedule around the time of use rates. See how much impact it's having or not having, coming up on Denver 7 News at 10. While women are bouncing back in the workforce, some groups are getting left behind.
The unemployment rate for Black women is on the rise. Labor force participation figures are dropping.
Why the answer to America's economic troubles could depend on women of color.
If anyone is suffering, then all of us ultimately suffer.
Just about perfect weather today. I'll let you know if that's going to continue all week long.